Hello and welcome to speedplead.com. In this video, we will discuss the documents that are needed to complete an irreconcilable differences divorce in Mississippi. Remember that an irreconcilable differences divorce is Mississippi's version of, quote, a no-fault divorce, end quote. But the fact that both parties must consent to the divorce means Mississippi lacks a true no-fault divorce system. The much debated mutual consent requirement is contained in the governing statute, Mississippi Code Annotated Section 93-5-2. A divorce action based on a divorce ground, such as adultery, is discussed elsewhere on speedplead.com's Education and Resource Center. For purposes of our discussion today, we will assume that the spouses have not yet agreed to file for divorce together, but one spouse wishes to file for divorce based only on irreconcilable differences. An initial package of documents to start this case would include a complaint for divorce, irreconcilable differences, a Rule 4 summons, a waiver of process, and a consent to adjudicate divorce, irreconcilable differences. All these documents can be generated using speedplead.com. As you can see, we have already logged into our SpeedPlead account. Navigate to All Clients. Assume that we are working on the John Doe case. Click on John Doe. As you can see, all of the client and spouse information, as well as the separation, marriage, divorce, and children information has already been entered on speedplead.com. First, let's generate the complaint. Simply click Complaint for Divorce, Irreconcilable Differences. As you can see, the form is being downloaded and automatically opens on your screen. Now we can move back to the speedplead.com website. Let's prepare the Rule 4 summons simply by clicking Rule 4 summons. Again, these documents are being created in seconds online. Now let's proceed to prepare the Waiver of Process and Entry of Appearance document. Next, let's prepare the Consent to Adjudicate Divorce, Irreconcilable Differences. Again, these documents are being generated in seconds using the information the user previously entered on the client dashboard. These important documents can be used to get the case started. They can be sent via U.S. mail, electronic mail, or any other means that is decided to be used to get the documents to opposing counsel or the self-represented litigant. Some people are surprised that an irreconcilable differences divorce complaint can be filed by one of the spouses alone. Still others are surprised that a summons is required for such a complaint. Indeed, a complaint for divorce, irreconcilable differences in which one spouse is the plaintiff and the other spouse is the defendant is perfectly acceptable under Mississippi law. The irreconcilable differences divorce statute is clear that service of the complaint must still be accomplished or the defendant must waive service. It is important to recall that the filing of a complaint and serving the issued summons merely gets the irreconcilable difference divorce case started. The terms of the divorce must still be determined either by negotiation or through a trial. In either scenario, the spouses must consent to the divorce in writing. The consent to adjudicate divorce, irreconcilable differences has been generated using speedplead.com. If the terms of the divorce are negotiated, a marital dissolution agreement is necessary. The agreement must make adequate provision for the children of the marriage and the settlement of all property rights existing between the parties. Form marital dissolution agreements are available on speedplead.com. Although these forms are not automated, they are certainly modifiable. The agreement will be attached to a final judgment of divorce, irreconcilable differences. Speedplead.com offers automated final judgments of divorce for use with marital dissolution agreements. Let's assume that this case has been settled and that the terms of the divorce have been agreed upon. Simply click on Final Judgment of Divorce, Irreconcilable Differences on the menu on the left-hand side of your dashboard. As you can see, the Final Judgment of Divorce, Irreconcilable Differences has been prepared online in seconds. If, however, the terms of an irreconcilable differences divorce are not resolved by agreement, the terms can be decided by the Chancery Court in a trial that largely resembles a typical divorce trial. In an irreconcilable differences trial, fault issues are still relevant to issues commonly arising in divorce actions, such as property division, alimony, and child custody. Fault allegations in an irreconcilable differences only divorce trial are generally much less important than in a divorce trial where the issue of fault is before the court. That is, a case where the parties have not consented to an irreconcilable differences divorce. After the trial in such a case, the trial will be the court will rule from the bench, that is verbally, or the court will direct the parties to submit proposed findings of fact and conclusions of law. If the court rules from the bench, one attorney will be directed to craft the final judgment. Because such a ruling is extemporaneous, speedplea.com does not offer an automated form for this application. The standard automated final judgment can be used as a starting place, however. Thank you for using speedplea.com.